Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today is going to be a bit of a sad day. I'm going to say goodbye to my Marshal. Goodbye, Marshal. We're going to sell the Marshal. I can't think of a reason to keep this. The only reason would be to have it looking in my ship hangar and looking at this beautiful ship that it is, like I'm doing now, which is actually a very valid reason. But it does sell for a very big price, so that's why I'm going to sell it, because I can get some ISK back from it. This Marshal, really, man, is just so expensive. It's so expensive, and it's just too stressful to use it in L4 missions. It is not even pretty effective. Marauders are much better than this. It's more just for the beauty of the ship. The ship looks really good and just cool factor, I use them for. I can see it definitely being good in PvP or Black Ops drops because, I mean, it's made for that. But I'm not a big Black Ops user. I don't do Black Ops drops or anything like that. In fact, I've never really even... I've only been on one a long time ago when I was in a Purifier, just dropping on. In fact, it was a Purifier. I was in a Purifier and we were a bunch of stealth bombers. We dropped on a Marshal who was ratting, I think. So that was pretty fun, but we didn't manage to kill him, unfortunately. So I found here that I was thinking, okay, how am I going to get this ship back to Jita? Because it is a very expensive ship and people are probably going to want to gank it on the way there. I was looking around and I found that in Botane, there was someone putting a buy order for a Marshal, and it was a good price. It was very similar to the one in G2, almost identical. Just I think just 100 million ISK less. And when you're selling a ship that's worth like 5-6 bill, then 100 million hardly means anything. So we're going to sell it in Botane. It's a lot closer, a lot less likely to get ganked. It's a pretty quiet area right here. So I'm going to do this instead. What I'm going to do right here is now unfit everything, because there's no real reason to keep everything fitted here, especially the polarized stuff, which is just going to make us have an easier time to get ganked. Let's put our inertial stabilizers to get some better align time. Let's see now if we can put another one here. What do we get? No, we only put 3, max 3. And then we put some warp core stabilizers. Now I know that organized ganks will obviously be able to get through these warp core stabilizers right here, but it can help. It doesn't hurt taking some precautions. Then we're going to use a improved cloaking device. Should I use an improved cloaking device? I could use an improved cloaking device. And then we go with like a 500 MN. If we've got any 500 MN, some cheap 500 MNs. What's the cheapest one? You can go with one of these quad LIFs, for example. I wonder if we have any shield extenders we could use, maybe? Nah, there's not a whole lot of shield extenders. There's only that medium one there, but it's not really worth it. Shield extender? Nah. Okay, but we'll go with this then. We'll go and make our way to Botane, and hopefully we won't die. So I was thinking of, initially, when I was not considering to go and sell it at a different place apart from Jita, I was thinking of maybe selling it in Jita, but getting my ship through a different route. So what I mean by that is that I would use a jump drive, because this ship has a jump drive. That's why it's such a heavy ship, or at least what I suspect is why it's such a heavy ship. It's a very, very heavy ship, this thing. 200 million kilograms. So it's a very heavy ship, and this jump drive enables me to have like a own jump gate, so to say. So if we go on the map here, you can see here, anything within this white circle right here, it can allow us to jump to it if we've got another person there with a covert Sinusoidal field. And I think maybe even a normal Sinusoidal field, or it's just a covert one, I'm not sure. But the point is, if someone has a Sinusoidal field, I'm able to jump to them. So I don't even have to go through all these systems. System. I just go, boop, and just jump directly. The only thing is, I would need to use a kind of fuel called helium isotopes, I think it is. So it's a kind of fuel you use because, it's very fast. You'll have to have some cost to it. And then there's obviously the cost of having someone else having to be there. It's not just a simple case of just jumping whenever you want it. So this is something I was thinking of doing at first, but then I just found that Botane is a lot closer and it'll be a lot simpler as well. Don't have to mess with ults or anything, and I don't even think my ults can use a Sinusoidal field yet, or at least a covert one. So you can see here, I was thinking I could in fact increase this range if I were to train the skill up a lot more. I've only got this jump drive, I think it's called calibration level 4, that allows me to jump further if I've got it to level 5. And you can see here, if Jita is over here, home station right here, I'd have to make like 2 jumps. So there were 1 here, maybe even 3 to be honest. 1 here, maybe 1 here, and then 1 here. So it's not a simple case of just 1 jump. I would have hoped it to be a bit further, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So we're going to go to Botane. You can see here, there's a massive jump gate route right here with just one jump, so that's pretty cool. You save a lot of distance like that. Either way, we're going to go here and go to Botane and say goodbye to our Marshal. Hopefully we don't say goodbye by getting ganked. We can say goodbye by it being sold and getting some good dank-isk. Good dank-isk, that's always good to have. So let's get here and go to the next system. Oh wait, all these torpedoes, I don't need these in here. I've got to dock them up and deploy them. Put this in the loot, put this in the item hanger, and undock. And one thing I forgot is that I can put a frigate in this ship, in the frigate escape bay, to get back to Heora quicker, in fact. That's a cool thing. When you're in a battleship, you can put a frigate in there. So have I got any good frigates right here? We can use this Incursus I got here. And it's not allowed to have any boosters or anything here, so I can't just move it. I have to remove some boosters or something. Yeah, we got this Incursus, or was now Inyo, in this ship here, and we can go back to Heora in this. So let's make our way towards Botane. Completely random place, to be honest, where people are buying a Marshal for some good ISK. Like 5.6 bill, I think. I think in GT it's 5.8 bill or something like that. So it's just completely random place in Sinclason, near Dodixie. It's not completely random, but it just feels odd. I've never heard of this system Botane before. But they have, in fact, 2 market orders, so that's really good. And it seems like there are a lot of people, so maybe it's one of those like so-called secondary trade hubs. You know, like you've got Heck, but then you also got Wrens. You know, they're kind of like secondary sort of trade hubs. So I think that's what Botane is, sort of secondary to Dixie. At a waypoint here, you see it's right next to the Dixies. That explains probably why. Concord is on the way to Concord docking someone. So, I wonder if you can help Concord in killing gankers if you have a Concord ship. I think maybe one of the reasons that they made specifically the Concord battleship to be a Black Ops one is that maybe how the actual Concord show up when someone tries to gank. Maybe they show up because they use a jump drive that is able to like just go there and get and jump to their criminal. Maybe that could be a reason how they're able to show up so quickly. I don't know, maybe there is also some lore explanation to how they're able to get directly to the guilty criminals so quickly. If you guys do know, let me know in the comments below. I.2, we're in the system of I.2. Let's start aligning here. I just want to take a nice screenshot of this ship because we're in a pretty good opportunity to get a good screenshot, to be honest. Jump here, only a few jumps out. We'll be safe and ready to sell our ship. A tip for you guys, if you want to know how I managed to find the buy order for this ship, what I did was I went to a website that's very useful. It's called Eve Marketer, really good website. I strongly recommend it. I really appreciate the guy who made it. Really amazing website. This website right here, and just jump. This website here, you can just check anything really. You can even log in with your Eve account and see the market and buy orders that are close to you as possible. And something that's really good is because in the in-game market of EVE Online, it makes it so that it only sees the buy and sell orders within the same region. But here it doesn't care. It just looks everywhere and looks for the closest ones to you. So an example would be here, the Marshal. If I got Marshal, to buy, and I can see a perimeter, right? And then I got Botane. Ooh, there's only 20 million, in fact, less than the perimeter. So it's really great. Really great. You can see it's one of the best, in fact. So I'm really glad that someone put up the buy order like this in Botane. But I strongly recommend this website. It's really nice because you can just access it through your browser. So if you're at work or something and you're just like, oh, what was the price of that thing? If you just, sometimes things come to mind, you know, maybe you want to know the price of something, or maybe you want to know the price of Plex or something. You can even check that, I think, with the app Plex. But you can just check any item you want to see, you just check it there. It's not always completely up to date. Sometimes it can be not fully up to date. Like I've noticed that occasionally it's oh, there's a lot of buy orders. Then I just see, wait, those buy orders don't exist there. And the main, that has often happened when I try to hand in some LP or to get some ISK. I just notice, oh wait, I can't sell all these afterburners for the same price they're saying here. So I'd still say always check the price in game just before you make big investments. But it can be a cool tool just to get an idea of what's going around. Because before I went here, like I'm doing now, I actually did go beforehand just to check that the order was there, so I wouldn't waste my time traveling all the way here You know, it was just a bit of a risky move as well when you're in a Marshal. And then just go. There's no biota, unfortunately. There's no biota. Oh, look at that. We got 2 unidentified wormholes here. It seems like the drifters like this system for some reason. They seem to like the system. I wonder why. Obviously, probably RNG. But you never know. Maybe the drifters are up to some mischievous things. Okay, it's in the I choose you market and industry, I think. Can check here quickly. Marshal. I choose you market and industry. Dock here. Oh, we could have maybe even sold it, but there was a range here on that thing. 20 jumps, but I wouldn't be able to do it because it has to I think it has to be in the region. But otherwise it would be cool because the system of here, like I was looking at the route from Heora to Botane, and every single system, it was only Botane was the first system that was in the region of Sinklason. Every other system in the route was in a different system, so that was a bit annoying. Like I basically had to go to Botane. It's the closest Sinklason system, so it makes, in other words, it doesn't really matter that they made a range or not range. Either way, we're gonna sell it right here. Great, that didn't get popped. We're gonna earn some dank isk, or earn back some dank isk. I would have probably kept. I would have loved to keep this ship if it wasn't so likely to get ganked, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, you know. Okay, let's strip fitting. There we go. And then we take our frigate, put them in the ship hangar. We can even go in here. Repackage our Marshy. Repackage. And we're losing those rigs, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. So we sell it here. Goodbye, Marshal. It was a fun time admiring the beauty of the Marshal. It was also fun killing a lot of NPCs and doing double Angel Cartel or Angel Extravaganza, but whatever. You're too much for me, man. You're too much for me. You give me too much stress. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to part ways now. Goodbye. Chicka ching ching. Oh, Isk is always welcome. You know, getting that fat increase in your wallet is always a satisfying experience. Okay, we can put some items in here just to have everything on the way back. These warp core stabilizers are not really worth anything. Just put them here just in case. Okay, so that's it. Marshal is gone. Unfortunately, I don't think it's coming back anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think I will be flying a Marshal anytime soon just because of the way it's a very, very ganking, like a gank target. One possibility of me flying it is if I do ever get into nullsec seriously, then maybe I would fly it as a Black Ops ship, but I don't see that being a thing in the foreseeable future. Either way, that's it. Marshal is gone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.